IS API. There you go. IS API integration that would not be agnostic. So I think what we can cover is it's also in our backlog. If anybody would like to take a look at our Kanban board, it's on GitHub, and we have a for the cluster lifecycle management APIs and data models, so that could be relevant to us.
Yeah, but I'm not sure about like if we consider the original mission, what we try to solve is to somehow help the integration of the CNFs and the platforms. I think defining platform lifecycle management doesn't really help on that. So from this perspective, for me at least, there is little value in doing the modeling for it. But of course, if somebody wants to do it, then go for it. For me, it would be more important to define more the requirements which are affecting this runtime capability. And what I really would like to have is better testing of this runtime capability things. Maybe we can talk a bit about CNTI, func test, and the tests what better created, how these three are getting together at some point in this meeting.
Yeah, sounds good. Thank you. These are the updates of the Pieman release. So there was a number of new things. So the main one was, of course, upgrade to newer Kubernetes releases. We went with Kubernetes 129. The delta between 126 and 129 was obviously considered, including new SKU policy between control plane nodes and worker nodes, and the new API groups. And this was changing sections 1, 4, and 6. AF-XDP specs, including AF-XDP zero-copy capable devices, and in the Linux kernel requirements were added. Load balancer. Load balancer is a quite useful component, especially when dealing with microservices and containers. So it's considered an integral part of a Kubernetes cluster networking capabilities. So we included the balancing protocol, API, advertisements, active, multi-pathing, and high availability. Pass requirements. So this is about platform services, monitoring and logging and tracing and other services that are recommended to be implemented in the clusters. Cert Manager is a controller for the lifecycle management of TLS certificates, and a lot of network functions that implement, for example, the service-based interface in 5G Core or others do require active lifecycle management of SSL TLS certificates, so that he is a controller that enables that by integrating with certification authorities. And then miscellaneous fixes and corrections, language corrections in the appendix. We structure the first chapter, in compliance with the GSMA template, and then, well, yeah, this is the older CNF work group, changed name and home, and they're now CNTI, so we changed the reference to that. Is there any question?
All clear.
Okay, so this is what we're doing in the next release, release Q. don't remember the name of the Anuket Q release, but it's going to be 3.0 in this May.
Quinnipiac.
Okay, thank you.
Quinnipiac. You got it. You got the right pronunciation.
Learning.
So obviously, apart from updating the Kubernetes release, currently our thinking goes around implementing new specifications, requirements around storage, around schedulable devices. Also thinking about synchronization with Project Silva, which is a reference implementation of the Linux Foundation Europe of Kubernetes-based Telco Cloud. Yeah, any implementation feedback that Project Silva can provide is welcome, and RA2 can also feed conformance testing guidelines in case that is implemented into Silva. And then in our backlog, there's a number of open issues that we have that we couldn't tackle in the current releases. Whatever time we have left for the new release, we'll prioritize those. But yeah, we're open for discussion. Is there anything you would like to see included in the new Anuket RA2 release? Is there anything you think is urgent that is not there? Is there anything new coming up on the Kubernetes telco cloud space that's important for telcos and operators and network providers, network vendors? Any thoughts?
Yes, Cedric. So again, I think integrating ASC2 should be top priority here because it's our target from the let's say CNTT D0. And it's quite easy because it's just about adding test case description. The E2E features, the E2E labels are already in the document, so it has to be completed by the test case description and the test case list, and that's it. So I think it should be top priority. It's not a big work. I would say it's more about integrating chapter 2 and 3 into RA2 as we did for RA1.
Okay, yeah, sounds good. Would you think it's best to do it just as part of the GSMA document?
No.
Or also in the HTML or in the RST format?
No, exactly. As we did here, we can just follow what we did in RA1, RC1. So we will merge the RST in RA2. Maybe we will simply remove the useless RST in RC2, which will not be integrated in RA2. So it's more, I think, about integrating chapter 2 and chapter 3 in your chapter 6 in RA2. It will be a merge.
Cedric, what is better speaking? So what is then left of RC2?
Nothing, I guess.
I guess no. So there are some, let's say, text about the workload testing, but I think it's not mature enough to be in GSMA because normally people forget that there are test case integration requirements in Anuket. If you look in RA1, so we have to put gates in place, test case integration in place before integrating CNF test suite into let's say AC2.
Okay.
So the first part was just, I would say, a matching between readmes in CNF test suite and in Anuket, but there are some rules about the test case gates. So my thinking is maybe we will remove AC2 as we did for RC1 at the end. But
okay.
Maybe
so mature parts would go to RA2 and immature parts would be somewhere else until
exactly, and maybe we will create
Okay.
a new Git repository when we start testing, I would say, the workload in Anuket. But at least if you look at RC1 right now, the project is empty because all was merged in
Okay.
RA1.
All good.
But yeah, sorry.
I have another question. This is maybe 101, but it's good we have the team. So I created those test cases that are looking for RA2 specs implemented in worker nodes. Never integrated that into FunkTest. We talked about that in the past. So can we take that goal and do it like before summer, for example?
Yes. Technically, if we look at the test case integration, it's more about be integrating with cross testing and the Anuket CI/CD pipelines. But it could be in FunkTest Kubernetes if it helps. But yes, we can take the goal. But I think we must implement the gates, the CI/CD verification before integrating it in RC2 and in RA2, and then in RA2. But
Okay.
we can put it as a high priority. I can help.
Let's two of us discuss that, agree on how, because I had similar discussion regarding Silva CI/CD pipeline, because obviously they put those features in the worker nodes. It would be nice to test it. So let's talk about how to do all that. But let's define something and get it done. Because yeah, it's taking a while. I think it's value in this, so let's work it. Okay.
And these are the tests that we are talking about, right? But that I'm showing.
Exactly.
Will you put the GitHub repository in?
I put it to the notes.
Okay.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah. Could we also presentation?
I will upload the presentation. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. The session.
I'll propose sometime, Cedric. We can then sing. Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
I'm in there taking notes too. So.
Okay.
So just to make it clear, the test case integration is already defined in GSMA in the, let's say, the RA1 document. So somehow we will have to link this GSMA document to the RA1, but it's just a link between GSMA document. The test case integration is already well described in 133.
Right, and GSMA is always downstream. So
yeah.
What was that? NG 133, right?
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah, I can work on this integration story.
It would be just a link. Wow. Kind of description linking.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Any other things we should? How do we get feedback from Silva? Maybe that's another story, but we need to figure out.
I mean, here I mean in Silva we are using currently, or we will use very soon all the FunkTest Kubernetes test cases plus CNF test suite already.
Yeah, what I'm after is how to get their input on requirements and implementation feedback. For example, Silva is they have now requirements for integrating service mesh and all of that. So they are also like moving these platforms of service things into the platform. So what I would like to know, what is their view on what services are relevant.
So just quick update. So to get everybody quickly on the same page. So we did have discussion with Matthew Rojon and we is Ricardo Gerge, myself, and expressed desire that it would be nice to have better sync between the specifications and the implementation. Learn if something of the spec is not being implemented, like why, or if something is missing in the specs and so on. I was thinking about two ways on doing that, but had not acted due to travel and other stuff. One is we can look into the Silva roadmap presentation and see what the items are there and see how well they are captured in RA2. More detailed is to look into the stack, Silva stack, how it's implemented, which obviously takes more time because it's details over there. And eventually we will learn what is or is not already in RA2 specs. That's regarding specs. What you were mentioning, Cedric, is the test cases.
Yeah, but from normally Silva will reuse, as far as I understand, RA2.
Yeah, and agree.
But
Yeah.
Silva will add many other requirements just because some of them are out of scope in context of Anuket. For instance, cluster API, Multus, and many stuff which are out of scope of Silva. That's another debate. But at least it's a prerequisite, I would say, in Silva to be compatible. As far as I know, there is no incompatibilities right now.
No. But they are doing things on top of RA2.
Yeah.
So they're
But
extending.
RA2 is generic, so
Yes. I think it should be. I would like to move RA2 to be a bit more opinionated. I think we discussed it that it's too generic now. So what I'm after is to get some real life experiences, and I'm hoping to get that from Silva because they are implementing a stack and running stuff on it.
Oh,
okay, so maybe the former discussion where we forbid we will change our mind because we forbid more or less a cluster API in RA2 before.
I'm not talking about cluster API. That's cluster API. We didn't put it because that's not in the scope. But we can discuss it. We can put it in the scope, but I think it doesn't really help solving the main problem that we try to solve.
So maybe,
yeah,
so maybe the scope will change. At least we will take some technical decision. Okay.
Or should you put it in RI1, RI2? Because that's the logical.
We do not have an RI2.
That's the problem.
Well, maybe that's a feature. If we don't have one, and there is Linux Foundation Europe project building,
Yeah, we can tie it. Oh, that's
declare that one to be.
Let me just say that Silva is
it's RI2.
RI2.
I mean, imagine we have 5 engineers that want to go and build it. I mean, should they contribute to Silva or should they try to build something from scratch in parallel? I would argue they shouldn't try.
Want to double work, so that's not optimal.
An example of this alignment, so on Silva roadmap, they have a VDU as target function to run on worker nodes. That's something good to check. I mean, what exactly these requirements are, and are they reflected well in the current RA2 specs?
I think the only gap, and now I forgot what the exact technology, but some time synchronization protocol support.
For example, yeah. So I know some are mentioned in reference model, but it's worth checking.
Yes.
This type of things.
When was this meeting with Matthew?
A couple of weeks ago, I put in calendar just for us to sync and express desire, and
I didn't see the invitation in Silva, neither in.
No, it was not. I just sent it to 4 people to
was a
have a
close.
discussion.
Yeah, just Matthew is also orange, you know.
Mhm.
Okay, so please add more people next time.
Yeah. I think we
Well,
should have.
next time we need to come to formal Silva meeting and say, okay, here is team that proposes X.
Yes. Yeah. All right. Yes, and now I don't know. Like I think next logical step here would be to go to the Silva TSC meeting and like establish an official connection.
Yes, but there are people involved in both streams, so.
Yeah.
It's what it is.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, but please, then get us.
It was hard to follow. I think you're away from microphone.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think the comment was that if we are having meetings with Orange, we should include Cedric. I think that was the.
Okay.
that was
All
the
people
answer.
involved.
Yeah.
It should be public,
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to double check. Like with French names, it's always difficult to figure out. But
Okay, well, if there's no other questions, there's a last slide with the links, how to reach us, how to join us in our review meetings, and how to find the more information. We have a GitHub repository, we have a wiki, and we're meeting every Monday at 10 UK time, 11 Central European time. And yeah, we're looking for anybody who's telco cloud fanatic, Kubernetes experts, reviewers, contributors, or anything. So yeah, feel free to join us. Thank you.
yeah, one more topic, maybe if we have 9 more minutes. So we had this document where about CNTI Anuket collaboration, and we had one meeting and then it faded away. So are we done with this, or how?
Well, I'm hoping that the next meeting, or not this afternoon, there's a CNTI meeting.
Yes,
we
but
can bring it up.
I think he used to present.
Yeah. Okay.
Discuss that.
I don't know about that much. I think Olivier and Sarah were involved in that, but we can plan some subsequent meetings.
Because
Yeah, I talked to him earlier today. I mean, earlier during the week, and
Cedric said something about Matthew.
yeah, it's just a correct pronunciation. Yeah. Thanks. Thank you.
Just to help.
Thank you.
Who was the contact point for the Anuket site? You remember that?
Yes.
yes,
I didn't know it was. Sure.
Okay, thank you. We had one meeting where we discussed these.
yeah, I talked to Oliver during this week.
Okay.
He's open to it.
The hope was actually to have a joint set.
Right, that's exactly right. Yeah.
That didn't happen.
Critical mass.
Right. Well,
I hope.
oh, so he's gone.
So let's pick it up.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. He said he had to leave.
Yeah, but someone from I should be in. I mean, there is a section this afternoon. so
Yes.
I see.
Yeah. I was proposing that there, during the session this afternoon, that we could bring it up as part of the conversation.
Yeah, the problem is that I will not be here. I will be in the airport or in the air.
Yeah, but I will be.
Okay,
So I'll
that's
be.
good.
So we will have some Anuket representation
That's good.
I don't see it here.
Yeah. and some TNTI. Maybe just you and I having a conversation, but
Agree on something.
Yeah.
But it's more about workload testing, so I would say you must have this documents, but they're all reduced.
Yeah, it's different, and I think what we should discuss in CNTI, like how much do we want to test this added to specific things in the workloads, because now what CNTI is testing is very it's one level higher. Let's say it's more like application properties, like
right. But that's a piece that has been missing in Anuket. So that was, I mean, the original CNTT had the concept that we would have some tests that would allow the workloads to be tested, which never really.
Yeah, but I think what CNTA is doing is that they are testing how nicely the workload is running, but it doesn't test, they don't test if it runs.
Oh,
I think
yeah,
missing the key step.
that is a key step, yeah.
Not functional tests.
But-
How-
Cedric, your test if it turns up, right?
No, the meaning is LC2 right now is only focusing on cluster verification. So that's
Yeah, yeah.
just
It-
which and then figure out the
Oh, gotcha. I think we're,
the bypass to the workload testing without having the cluster verification issues.
Yeah, both of them. We need both of them.
yeah,
But
Yeah.
It's a
the
two side.
timeline is maybe first LC2 as cluster verification.
Mhm.
By the way, people now-
Yes, yeah.
okay, that makes sense.
But CTI, this suite is already integrated in Anuket. Now Anuket is free to build this suite based on the CNC.
Okay.
To test it out now. But it's already running in Anuket.
Oh, good.
That's so already. Some first software step.
What tests do you run?
Here it's the opposite. We are testing the clusters next to sample CNF. So we use for DNS and set. But mostly we ignore, let's say, many test failures. For DNS is, and now it's better, but was not passing any test. But the latest 1.0 is with the speed benefits. In the different test case description, it means set, but it could be anything else. Okay. Change. But it's to verify the cluster, set person. Okay. Then you can easily change the YAML file and switch to another. But by default, just more about verifying the cluster process.
All right. Anything else?
We have 3 minutes.
We have 3 minutes. Maybe I can fetch a coffee before the next one.
Oh, yeah, next one's ours.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's meet on the other side. Well, I
Thanks
think
very
it's the same- it's the
Bye-bye.
same-
Same link.
Yeah, okay. Then I just